Hi everyone, today with me I have Boon Keng from Maximum Security. Today is one of our regular meetups that we do very often, and this has been happening since your program,
before my program,
right? Yeah. And I am his befriender. So we have been doing this on a regular basis, just to chit chat and also to keep each other abreast on our progress.
Yes.
Correct. Hey, Boon Keng.
Yep.
I know you have been to prison 4 times.
Yes.
Yep. The only thing I don't know is the first time that you went in, what happened?
Basically, I'm a painter so I get caught. But illegal painter
Painter?
Yeah. So I go to people's house and paint their door 3 stripes.
Oh, along Okay.
Yeah.
What happened? What made you do that? What made you go into Along?
Okay. So what made me go into is because no money. So why no money is because last time I gamble a lot when young time Then not only this so basically I also dab into drugs. So when these two combine together, wow, lucky jala tree.
How do you get into drugs?
Okay, so drugs, right? Because when I was young time, when I was secondary school, I joined gangsterism. So that point of time in Ang Mo Kio area is quite famous, like ketamine, glue sniffing. So I actually know all this in my mind already. I mean I saw this thing already. So I never touched But then got one particular time, there's a girl that I love when I was young so don't know love or what. Okay, so she actually broke up with me. So I was very sad.
Boon Keng's failed relationship hit him hard. He could not accept the breakup. To escape from the hurt, he resorted to drugs. That's when his life went into a downward spiral.
So I started my first thing is glue sniffing and ketamine. Subsequently, after I tried, the feeling is like very good. You just really lost control of your mind. You just feel relaxed. Everything seems so good, so nice. So after that, subsequently, after you take some time, right, you lose the feeling already. Then I want to get more or the dosage higher.
So Boon Keng, people like us, we have many highs in our life. But at the same time, we also have our lowest moment. I know where my lowest moment was, but what about you?
Okay, so my lowest moment, not to mention about my mom passed away, definitely there is one. So another one is definitely that I actually, when 2017, I released from prison, I actually get kicked out from the home because I had some issue with my family. So I actually don't have a roof over my head, so I basically sleeping on the street. So so I'm basically sleeping on the street. Then you know so sleeping on the street, right? The issue is that you need to bathe Then where to find the toilet? So basically, usually I have to go all the way to like CC. I have to find like toilets they're not using, so I use it to brush teeth, to bathe. So in my worst time, right, sometimes I don't even have the chance to bathe because morning I have things on. Then morning the CC is still not open. So I have to actually just change my clothes. So I just go. So that time also very difficult because sleeping also issue. Because if let's say I sleep on the street, right, 10 p.m., 11 p.m., people will walk past me, they will glance at me like, why I so young sleep on the street? Then it's very uncomfortable So usually I have to wait until 1 a.m., 2 a.m. to sleep. So then the next day probably I have to wake up in the morning to find work. So over the time, right, it actually very picture. So it's very angry. Then that's where my habit actually comes in. Okay, what is the habit So basically my belief is that drugs can solve everything. It can actually temporarily or numb me. So that is what I'm looking for. So 2017, after my release, maybe 1 month, I went back to drugs. So you know drugs is very, very expensive. Then how do homeless people to sustain these drugs? So that point of time, right, it actually led me to even do things like theft, cheating, whatever thing I can do, like even steal milk powder.
Boon Keng didn't know how and who to approach for help. Taking drugs was for him the only way to find relief, to forget his struggles, at least temporarily.
This time around, you're quite determined to move towards change. So I'm curious to know, of the 4 times I've been in prison, every time do you want to decide to change? And if you did, compared previously and now, was or is there any difference?
Okay, like you know lah, okay, you see before prison. So every time I come out, every time I got plans, I got big goals, I want to change. Okay, but then every time I come out, right, every time I flop. But this time around, what I feel different is that I come out, I stick to the principle, the goals. Then I started to have like very minimum goals that I can achieve. Because when the past 3 times, right, I reflect is that I have big goals. I want to do maybe be rich. I want to earn how much money, but then it's unachievable. So basically, my dreams, right, I want to start my own small family. Basically with my fiance who've been supporting me. Then of course I want to get a roof lah, a small roof, because all along I'm been like running around like rats like that. Then I want to build a love family bonding with people around me, like friends like you lah.
Boon Keng has made a firm commitment to turn over a new leaf. He has set realistic goals and how to achieve them step by step. He's determined to take care of his fiancée, and both of them are even planning to start a family. And I find myself rooting for them.
Since we last met until now, what updates you have for me?
Okay, so actually a lot of things happened.
Okay.
Actually along the way, only 6 months, but a lot of things happened, like all those wrongdoing I did before. Some of them actually came back to me, asking me for answer, like return them or give them an answer of my wrongdoing last time. Yeah, of course, when I faced this issue, I realized I really changed, because last time for us, right, we standard lah. When we face issue, we run away, we take drugs, we hide. Okay, so we get away from problem, not solving. But this time around, I actually want to solve. I want to face it. I don't want to run anymore. Okay, so another progress is that I even now I found a full-time job. This job also was given by me very funnily, because this guy, right, he's actually a fan of me watching the CNA.
Yeah, superstar now.
Okay, so he get to know me through a friend. So he offered me this position on-job training to be a trainer. So I think it's very good career, and the company also they don't give me a second. They don't judge me, so they treat me as a normal person. Although they know my past, then they also giving me go for courses, all that, to upgrade myself. So equip myself with a better skill lah.
So Boon Keng, before we end, are there any words of encouragement you want to tell your fans?
Okay, yes. So basically, what we do wrong in the previous side, we cannot change. So what is done cannot be undone. What we can change is ourselves. So don't give up.
Hi there, guys. Very happy to have met up with Boon Keng today and hear what he has been doing in the past 6 months. To see the progress that he has made is absolutely incredible. Since his release until now, he is on the right path. I agree with what he has said earlier. He mentioned that what was done cannot be undone. What we did, we can't change. But what we do can change is ourselves. So, don't give up. This is CityJo Bruce, being a befriender for Singapore One.